just starting from this wide position and then taking one knee out, so that starts to move towards like a vertical shin. Got our arms out wide, and we're gonna try to get a long line from the head down to that heel, and then just really push that knee out even further to try to get to the point that we can bring a hand down towards the ground. We can think about trying to be long from fingertip to fingertip and figure out where that kind of straight line exists there as well. And then just deep breathing, so big inhales and exhales. And those big inhales and exhales help to give us a little guidance on where our straightest trunk alignment is. Yeah, so really big breaths. Excellent. Okay, from there, we can go into our push-up. And so we're gonna try to cue bringing that elbow a little bit closer to the body. And if we start from this position with the knees down and just get that kind of initial like core crunch going would be great. That feeling of strength in the shoulder blades. And then try to maintain that core alignment and some tension around the shoulder blades throughout the push-up movement. Inhaling as you come down, exhaling to press up. That's excellent. Okay, so we'll go into a kneeling hip hinge. So just from that position to coming up, thinking about a bow and arrow kind of cue. So hips draw back and then kind of press forward as far as they can. Breath in, breath out. So in as you draw back, exhale as you press forward. Okay, so now we're going to do our prone on elbows plank position. So maintaining some tension in the glutes and just kind of squeezing the abdominals, pressing the ribs up as high as we can, and then lowering down. Trying to be heavy into the elbow and forearm. And feel the contribution that the shoulder blades can make to helping kind of drive that mid-back upward. And so we have about 8 to 10, maybe even 12 inches of separation between the knees in order to try to enable the glutes to really be in a position where they can squeeze tight and help maintain a nice straight line from shoulder to hip to knee. Then we'll come into our child's pose and just place the wrist on the bottom of the sternum. Exhale and rotate up. Inhale and turn back down. And trying to be really heavy into that arm that's on the ground, as well as being even in weight distribution across the legs. So sometimes there's a tendency to shift weight onto one leg. We want to try to maintain kind of a 50-50 weight distribution through the legs. Okay, we can switch arms. Yeah, so lots of mindfulness about that base of support through all three limbs that are on the ground. We're going to move into a bridge. And so we're doing kind of a segmental lift from the bottom, beginning with tucking the tailbone up, and then just feeling the back rolling away from the ground, and then kind of rolling the back down segment by segment, and repeating that. Exhaling as we press up. Inhaling as we come back down. So we could go for somewhere in the range of 8 to 10 repetitions there. And then we're going to move into a dead bug, so we want to get heavy into the mid-back. Reach the arms towards the ceiling so the shoulder blades come away from the ground. And that helps to get heavier into the mid-back. And then just slowly extending one arm and one leg as far as we feel we can control that position. And continue to be mindful about the distance between the pelvis at the front and the ribs at the front. We want that to stay secured and not open up at all. You can inhale as your leg's going out. Exhale as it comes back in. Excellent. Then we're going to come to our plank to side plank transitions. So we just want to set up a really solid plank and try to bring that mid back up again towards the ceiling. And then we're going to kind of rock towards the heels as we open up into this position with broad shoulders. And then transition to the other side. Try to be fluid as you control your trunk movement through the arm that's on the ground so that you feel strong and engaged with the ground through that forearm. And you feel like there's no loss of connection or there's no kind of like flop to the ground. You're under control as you descend back down. Then we'll be back to our kneeling position, hip hinge into a half kneel or a lunge. We could aim for 5 of these on each side. So we're always kind of inhaling into this bottom position and exhaling as we come up. And then we're going to come up into our star squat and just reaching one foot forward to the side, back, and opposite side as we kind of squat into that as deeply as you can control your squat. Trying to maintain tension through the core and sometimes it's helpful to put the hands on the hips or out in front of you. Out in front will give you more balance, or more depth, whereas hands on hips can give you more awareness of if you're really doing a good job maintaining tension in your core, which will help your balance. Okay, so we want to do about 3 rounds of that on one leg and then switch to the other side. And with each repetition, as you reach your leg out, you can inhale, exhale as you stand. Excellent. Okay, so that's our routine.